heroes and villains. This is who we talk about here. But this show is not a literature review. No, we are not going to talk about Shakespeare and dive deep into the analysis of the characters from Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet. Not really. It's quite the opposite. We are here to talk football. And with me, of course, to do that is Mr. Nrup.
Oh,
Hello, Nrup.
thank you. Hi, Zenek. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Zenek, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I had to say I did prepare that one. It was kind of scripted, the introduction. Is that okay? Because the rest of the show is completely unscripted. So
Yeah. Well, it's pretty good. I mean, I always like it when
I
you
have
have
to
those creative
I have to do it.
introductions.
It's a
Yeah,
hook.
definitely. I
We
think
need
it's
we
very
need a hook.
important.
We need hooks here, like to attract more viewers.
We do, and I think you're doing a great job. I like it. At least me, like I can imagine myself as a viewer, and it brought me a smile, honestly, and
I
that's
think
good.
it's like a roller coaster of emotions. It's like, whoa, that's interesting. What the hell is that? And then like, what football? I thought we are going to. I thought this would help me in my literature classes or something. Anyway, those of you who are long-term viewers of this YouTube channel and of this specific show, you will know what's about to happen. We start with the team of the week. So, Noop, here we go. Kick us off, mate.
Uh, it's going to be my favorite team, FC Barcelona.
Every
They've had
week.
a
It's Barcelona every week now, isn't
oh,
it?
I think it was Liverpool last week, if I'm not wrong. But anyway,
We'll have to check that.
usually
Yeah.
it's my
Might be
usual
Barcelona.
suspect.
Mm.
I am. It's tough to follow a team from my Indian league or whatever. We don't have such things, and it's not that famous. But I would
Yeah.
love to follow my city's team, but it's just that there's no culture. There's more cricket. I would even say there's not much cricketing culture as well when it comes to domestic stuff. But anyway, getting back to my team of the week, FC
Yeah.
Barcelona. They had a wild week, 8 goals scored. They had a draw against Atletico Madrid, a
Mhm.
fantastic game, 4-4. Lots to do. It was a Copa del Rey, one of those, I think
Is
probably
that the cup
quarterfinals.
or is that the cup?
Yeah, it's the FA Cup for La Liga, and it was against Atletico Madrid, and the
Mhm.
score ended with 4-4, 8 goals, wild game, followed by a league game which was against Real Sociedad, one of the tougher teams. You could say they harm us in a way, or it's really tough to score against them. But we were lucky, and we ended up scoring 4 goals comfortably. And yeah, we are right up on the top right now. We are 1 point ahead from Atletico Madrid and 3 points ahead from Real Madrid, especially now that Real Madrid lost the game against Betis. What
Yeah.
about you? What was your team of the week?
Well, it will also not be from the Premier League. I have decided to pick a Bundesliga team, Bayer Leverkusen, because yes, they are in the second place, right behind Bayern Munich, who seem to be on the right track to reclaim the title, even though they lost it last year. And this means Harry Kane could get his first trophy in his otherwise empty cabinet, empty trophy
Uh,
cabinet, because he used to play for Spurs for too long. But Bayer Leverkusen are not giving up, and I do like that. I appreciate that. I think they played really well in that game against Bayern Munich. It was a goalless draw in the end. That's like 1 week ago or something. But now they played against the third team, so the team that could
Frankfurt.
potentially sort of uh, put them in danger, let's say, but not really. They won comfortably away from home 4-1. Also, I'm happy that Patrick Schick scored another goal. He is now the second
Mm.
in the battle for the
It
what's it
was
called, the
Marmoush
Golden
before
Boot.
it.
After behind Harry Kane actually.
Mm.
So we might chase him as well. Who knows? But Bayer Leverkusen 4-1 win, comfortable, and giving themselves a little chance. Maybe, hopefully, they will still, give Bayern Munich a run for their money, as they say. And well, let's see what happens. Now I think it is, let me check the table. Yeah, it's not looking that good, man. I think it's eight
It's similar
points, eight
to
points ahead here.
similar to Premier League, honestly.
8 points
Bundesliga
ahead.
looks similar to Premier League, but yeah, I think anything is possible. I mean, even Dortmund, they were at the top of the table until the last game a couple seasons ago, and then they
Yeah,
bottled it big time. So you never know. It's all up to one important injury crisis, and boom, the team just topples up. So yeah.
yeah, you're
Anyway,
right.
UCL is coming up soon, and yeah, I think some teams might have an advantage.
Yeah. No, we will see. We will see. We will see what
Yeah.
happens here. But I don't really follow the German league so much, the Bundesliga. I don't watch the games, to be fair. But occasionally I do check the scores and highlights, and I did in
Mm,
this game. I thought it was an interesting game and a very comfortable win for the away team by Bayer Leverkusen.
mm.
Right, moving on, Roop. The next segment is called Team of the Week.
It's not team of the week.
What did I say? It's the hero of the week.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, I can't because this is live actually, so we will have to leave it in. There's no editing
Really?
out here.
I thought you can
No,
redo
I'm
it.
doing
No.
this live, and that's okay because the listeners can see some mistakes. It's like real life, mistakes happen.
Yeah, we are
You can't
humans. We are
take
not
it back.
AI.
All you
Or
can
are
do
we?
is apologize, be embarrassed, or make fun of yourself. And this is what I choose to do in this case. So, it is what it is, as they say. This is the team of the week, ladies and gentlemen, not hero of the week. Was the jingle all right, at least? Was the jingle correct?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
The jingle.
That was a joke. That was a joke, this one. This one was a joke. I
Oh,
did it again just to make you think that I messed it up again, but this time I was
mate, you.
joking.
I really thought like,
Sorry.
okay, it's time to delete
All
the
right,
show.
everyone. Hero of the week. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm
Ah,
kidding. I think if you repeat the same joke a lot of times, it stops being a joke, right? It's not
I
funny anymore.
mean,
Yeah.
I already know my winner of the week for sure.
I did make you laugh for some reason, though. So good. So hero of the week, Noop, who do you have?
For me, it has to be uh, Brighton's
Barcelona.
striker.
Huh?
Sorry?
Someone from
No,
Barcelona? No,
no. It
not
has
this
to
time.
be it has to be an ex-Arsenal player who
Yeah.
currently plays for Brighton, who is a super sub, and his
Uh-huh.
name is
Okay,
is
I've got an
Danny
ex-Arsenal player
Welbeck.
as well, but not the same one as you. So who do you have?
Danny Welbeck,
Well done.
and
Well
it's
back
because
down.
exactly,
Yeah. Mm.
and it's just because he's an Arsenal player, or he was an Arsenal player who
Yeah.
scored against Newcastle, who recently knocked us out from FA Cup,
Nice.
and this goal knocked them out of the FA Cup, which kind of felt like a nice, sweet revenge. And I'm glad. Also, Brighton, they are not such team that usually advances that far, and to kick
Yeah.
out who I thought were the favorites for FA Cup and Carabao, that is Newcastle United, for them to kick out such huge big team, I think that's amazing. I think it was a wild game. If you look at the if you look at the timeline, two red cards, couple late goals. I mean, wow,
Yeah.
well done, well done. I'm happy for Welbeck
Nice.
and Brighton.
I think he was a starter at the beginning of the season. He was starting games. Then I thought he faded away a bit,
Probably
but I
injuries, I
think maybe
guess.
he got a start in the cup, right?
Hmm,
Possibly, didn't he? Did he play
yeah,
from the beginning? Or I think he
uh,
did. I
I'm
wouldn't be
I'm not
surprised.
sure, but yeah.
Well, he
Okay,
got he got some
he was
minutes,
subbed on. He was subbed on.
so he did start. Yeah. Okay.
No, he
Well,
did
Noop.
not. He did not start the game. Like he was subbed on.
Okay. Can you guess my hero of the week? Am I saying it right, or is it team of the week? No, it's the hero of the week. Can you guess it? Can you guess
Okay.
this hero? It's a man. I'll give you a clue. It's a
I,
man.
I know. Can I?
Who is? Yeah, go on.
Okay. I think I'll just say the first name. You can say the last name because
Right.
his name starts as Bernt, and it's not.
Bernt. Yeah,
and it's not
Leno.
an
It's Leno.
adjective.
You're right. You're right. He did catch two penalties. He saved two
Uh,
penalties in the penalty shootout
yeah,
for Fulham against Manchester United. It was out at Old Trafford. It was the FA Cup game, fifth round, and he made two fantastic saves. And this trophyless season for Manchester United. Obviously, they can still. Are they still in the Europa League? I'm not sure. They might be out of everything by this point, to be fair,
I
and
think
they
they
are
still
just
are. They still are in the Europa.
absolutely awful. They are awful. They are just insanely bad. And my villain of the week has a connection to all this. So I think maybe we
Mm,
can just move on to that, right?
okay.
All right. Is it the right jingle? I think it is. So a
No,
smooth transition, a smooth
it's not the right
transition.
jingle.
My villain of the week is Ruben Amorim, the Manchester United manager, not only because he got kicked out of the cup yet again, uh, that's because obviously Bernt Leno, the hero of the week, made two fantastic saves in the shootout. But also Ruben Amorim, apparently, uh, in the press conference, uh, they he said that the aim for Manchester United is to win the title, and I'm like, well, surely not this year, right? And he said sometime in the future.
I remember
um,
listening to that.
you might be out of the club before that happens, Rubin. You should be more realistic. You should try to sort of, what's the word I could use here? Stabilize. You should stabilize the help stabilize the club, which is in absolute shambles now. Make the club more stable. Build the team, build a new team, make it younger, maybe get rid of the deadwood, and don't say we're going to win
They
the
got rid
title.
of.
You're
Well, they
nowhere
got rid
near
of
the title.
Greenwood.
You're nowhere near it. They're just one of the most. There is one of the worst seasons in the entire history of Manchester United, which is a huge club, of course, historically, and they are just absolutely awful. It's
Mm.
shambolic. And why do you say things like that? Like, I don't understand. It's just, are
I
you
don't
like
think it's media
tempting
trained, I
people's
guess.
fate, or are you just saying it just to get numbers on Instagram, or what's the reason for saying like
I think it's
nonsense?
probably mental. Like, he's a young manager and he's got big. I don't know how he got the job. It's like, to me,
He was doing
it
all right
almost
at Sporting,
it
right? He
almost
was
feels
doing all
like,
right.
sure, like, I mean, they knocked us out from Karabakh, if I'm not wrong, but
There were other
the point
teams
is that
interested in him. Like he
for
was he
a
was he
manager of
was quite
his
good.
caliber, it
Um,
just, I don't know, it feels like he just got the job because
mm,
I don't know, he probably
I,
paid for it, or like
I
maybe
beg to
Ronaldo did
differ.
something.
I think he was a hot property. Like a lot of big clubs were interested in him, including West Ham. So like I think he was a
Uh, well, I mean, there's United and there's West Ham. I understand. Respect to
no,
West
no,
Ham,
no. West Ham is a decent club. Okay, not the biggest club, but like decent
but
club. So
when you
and
say West Ham, you don't associate them with UCL and top four and
yeah, okay,
title, and then signing 100 million to 150 million players.
nope. Whoever would come to
Yeah,
Manchester United right now would fail. Doesn't
yeah, I
matter.
agree with you. I agree with you.
Even you and I would not do a better job.
Well, I would be more than happy to make them fall much further as an Arsenal fan. I'll
Yeah, but
trust
that's
me.
not. That's not. They wouldn't hire you. You
I
would
would
be.
just sell them
You
to
would
my
be
local
an
club.
agent. You would be an agent, like working against the club.
Yeah,
Secret
I don't
agent.
care.
All
Anyway,
right then, man.
yeah, Sanik, let's talk about my
Do you
villain.
have a villain? Tell us your villain. Nope.
Well, first of all, coming back to the jingle, unfortunately, you went for villain, as in Aston Villa instead of villain.
Just keep
So
forgetting, forgetting to remove, to fix that spelling, because I
yeah,
have to do it in a like a video editing program on a
mm,
website, and it's just a bit of a hassle. Like, if I wish I could do it in 5 seconds, but it's not as easy as that. So I
no,
keep forgetting. I apologize to everyone for misspelling the word villain. Yeah,
yeah.
I
So
will fix it eventually, but yeah, not now, not today.
yeah. But yeah, my villain of the week has to be, unfortunately, it's really painful for me to say it because he's one of those personalities that I really admire, and
Mm.
it's Mikel Arteta for not doing well. He
Lost to West
practically
Ham. Aye.
no, I mean followed by West Ham.
And then
We
didn't win against Forest. Yeah,
exactly
didn't
a
win against Forest.
goalless draw, ugly one.
Mm.
Uh, I remember after the game, they interviewed. I think it was Ray Parler or one of those Arsenal
Pundits.
icons. He interviewed the manager, their Forest's manager, Nuno. What is it, Nuno? What?
You know, not Fernandes. Nuno Gomes? No.
No, anyway, but it's
No,
his name is
Espirito
Nuno.
Santos? You know,
Yeah,
Espirito Santos.
exactly, exactly.
That one.
And they asked him like, what was the strategy for playing against Arsenal, having such formation, and he simply said like, Arsenal they don't have a striker, and this was the reason why we played with such formation. And
Right.
sorry, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah. So it was just a shame, like
Yeah.
Arteta. I remember last season, or no, sorry, a couple seasons ago, we had a similar issue, and we played with Trossard as a false nine, and we were able to have a fantastic run. And I think he's not getting his tactics right. He needs to, perhaps create some new, fresh tactics. I understand, like we had amazing chances. Odegaard, especially as
Yeah.
a captain, he did not do well, but at the end it goes to Mikel Arteta, the tactician, the main coach, and yeah, we're just drifting away from into
From the
nothingness.
title,
Like
yeah,
at this
I
point,
think it's
playing in the Premier League just feels like embarrassing. Like, what are we even fighting for? Like,
mm,
yeah,
it's not gonna happen, and it's a shame that Manchester City are so bad this season. Every time this happens, Manchester City are bad. We seem not to. We
arguably
don't
their
seem to
worst
get
season,
capitalized on
and
that.
they're back.
It's very rare that Manchester City are bad, but it occasionally happens, and we never take advantage of it. All right, man. Let's have a look at our
That was,
takeaways.
yeah, yeah.
That was your villain with
Mhm.
double L. All right. Is it chicken curry or I don't know, chicken tikka masala?
What's your takeaway of
Or
the week, mate? I would like to hear yours. Have you got
my
any?
takeaway of the week has to be a for because I'm in Vietnam.
Uh,
So
okay,
for
cool. Anyway, I'll start with mine because I've got a clear idea.
mm,
Um, it's regarding football ball, and a couple days ago, I saw an interview, a press conference from um, one of the greatest managers, Pep Guardiola, and he
yeah.
clearly said that in the FA Cup they use a different ball and it has a different curvature. Perhaps when you shoot from a particular angle or from a particular type of player, it doesn't go the way how you want it, and I think that just shows that when some managers when they talk about certain physiological aspects of the game, I think it's a fair call. Like many people call them a crybaby or perhaps a lame reason or lame excuse, but I think such things matter, especially in the modern game, as things are advancing more and more, and such tiny differences is what makes the game more complicated and sophisticated and nice.
So basically, you are referring to Pep Guardiola who complained about the balls, right?
Exactly. And it's not like Pep Guardiola, he lost a game, he won fair and square 3-1. It was a good game, I guess,
Mm,
against Plymouth, I guess, if I'm not wrong.
Plymouth. I don't
But
know.
anyway, but anyway, the point is that I'm still defending managers when they talk
Yeah.
about certain aspects of the game when it comes to air, quality of the pitch, and ball. Because
Mm,
as someone who follows cricket, I mean, in
yeah.
cricket it matters a lot, but I can see how these things are going, and maybe in future once the game gets way too advanced, I guess these things will eventually matter, especially
Yeah.
when I don't know, let's say in 50 years the global warming takes place quite heavily. I'm sure like the weather will be a huge factor.
I don't know what to say because I didn't really check the ball myself. I didn't touch it. I didn't kick it, and I can't tell you. But it's true that when I used to play football, obviously when the ball was of a higher quality, I did enjoy the game better. I was able to control the ball smoother, so it does make a difference. But fortunately, he complained about it when after they won the game, right? So after they had won the game. So
Yeah,
you are right. It would have been much worse, or it could have been understood as an excuse had
mm,
he complained after losing a game. So that
exactly.
makes it all right, I guess. Okay, so that was your takeaway of the week. My takeaway of the week is pizza margarita. Now, I'm joking. Of course, my takeaway of the week is the fact that I missed the Premier League last weekend. It was a midweek round. It's always weird. I live in Vietnam. They're 6 hours ahead of actually it's 7 hours ahead of England. 7 hours ahead. So it's too many hours. So the games in the evening happen at night here, or in the middle of the night, or late, very late, almost in the morning. So it's exhausting. I sometimes do watch these games, but I have to say it's not
So you
ideal.
missed
So
like Arsenal and for West Ham both games.
I did watch both games, yeah, last week. But I have to say, yeah, last week. But I have to say, like, it would be better if just the weekend happened the way it normally does, and no midweek round. But that's just me. That's my takeaway of the week. It's a bit selfishly personal uh, thing. Okay, nope. And the last thing that remains is this vocabulary of the week segment. So I said that Leverkusen hopefully are going to give Bayern Munich um, a run for their money. Yeah, this was the phrase. I said, let's hope they give them a run for their money. So that's an idiom. If you give someone a run for their money, it means you basically try your best to make sure they don't win. They don't win so easily. You just put up a fight at least. You might not win. It might not work out for you to win the title, but at least you do your best. You make an effort to try to stop them. So that's a good phrase, to give someone a run for their money. Yeah.
Fair call,
Usually
fair
you
call.
use it in this sense when maybe you're not the favorite, but at least you work hard, and you at least you show grit and determination, and you put up a fight rather than giving up against, against a better team on paper. So that's a nice phrase.
It is, and also it's quite ironic since you use the phrase against Bayern Munich, considering they are usually, along with RB Leipzig, they are usually the team that always has that spends a lot of money, and they usually buys players from other clubs from the same league,
Mm.
and potentially helping them win the league. So quite ironic and good phrase. Yeah.
Thank you, Noop. Thank you. This is what I have to do at the end of the show, because it should be an educational show. Since I'm an English teacher, most of the show is just Noop and I just having a chat about football, because we both love football, and we like to catch up like that from time to time. I think it's a good opportunity for us. Hopefully you guys come along for the ride. Let us know what you think about the show. Would you improve it in any way? Would you change something? Let us know in the comments. We would like to hear from you.
Please write it down and send us a DM in the Genex account, and perhaps give us some feedback. And also, why not, like, come join us, have a chat.
You could,
It's
you
just
could, you
30
could come on
minutes.
as well. You could be one of us here if your English is
Exactly.
decent enough.
And yeah, thank you for supporting us, guys, and thank you,
Yeah.
Janek, for the invite as always.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thanks for coming on. As always, Noop, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye.